So once again, I am going to discuss a new chapter that is known as measures of correlation. Is it clear? So measure of correlation. In this chapter, first of all, we will discuss about the what? About the theories part. Such as what is the meaning, what is the importance, how many kinds of correlation and so on. So first of all you should know what is correlation. The relation between the two variables are known as correlation. So in the definition I have written correlation indicates the relationship between two variables. Here that is underlined, two variables of a series so that the changes in the value of one variables are associated with change in the value of other variables. For example, price and demand, price and supply and so on. So here the two variables of a series will be taken. If the changes will take place one variables, other variables will also change, and that's why here other is underlined. Now come to the what is the importance of correlation. So I have taken four main importance. First, coefficient of correlation helps in measuring the extent of relationship. Extent of relationship means which kind of relationship. It is a strong, weak, partial and so on. So extent of relationship between the two variables in one figure. Now, second, correlation analysis facilitates understanding of economic behavior and helps in locating critically important variables on which other depends. Third, when two variables are correlated, then the value of one variable will be estimated. But a question will rise in your mind, how one variable can be calculated with the help of other variables. So here the answer is that this will be done with the help of regression equation. So when two variables are correlated, then the value of one variable will be estimated with the help of regression equation. Now come to the correlation facilitates the decision making in business. This is the most important. Decision making. Okay? So correlation helps in the decision making in the business world, because if the businesses is done on the basis of predictions, so what will happen? It will reduce the range of uncertainty. Okay? So in this way we can say the importance, the correlation has great importance. Now come to the types of correlation. Okay? So correlation can be divided only in three parts. First, that is the simple, multiple, partial. Second part you can take positive correlation, negative correlation. Third part you can take linear and non-linear correlation. So what you find? What is simple correlation? When only two variables are studied, that is known as simple correlation. So here you can take the example of price and demand, price and supply, weather condition and the demand of the clothes and so on. Is it clear? So here only two variables, that is the price and demand is taken, and that's why it is known as simple correlation. Multiple, here the word is multiple means more than two variables, means 3, 4, 5 and so on. So when the relationship among the three and more than three variables is studied simultaneously. Okay, this is the important term. Simultaneously, that is known as multiple correlation, such as wheat, fertilizer, rainfall. So for the production of wheat, we have the requirement of fertilizers, also we have the requirement of rainfall, we have the requirement of pesticides and so on. So if the value is more than 3, then it is known as multiple correlation. Next is the partial correlation. When the value is more than 3, 4 and so on, but it is reduced, only 2 variables is taken for the calculation, then it is known as the partial correlation. So in the simple word we can say the relationship between the two variables. The relationship between the two variables is examined keeping other variables constant. That is known as partial correlation. Now come to the positive correlation, when two variables moves in the same direction. This is the important term. When two variables move in the same direction, that is known as positive correlation. For example, price and supply. So if the price will increase, supply will also increase. If the price will decrease, supply will also decrease. So both are moving in the same direction, that's why it is known as positive correlation. Next is the negative correlation, when two variables move in the opposite direction. Here the term opposite is underlined. Opposite direction. For example, price and demand. So price is rising, demand is continuously declining. Price is rising 10, 20, 30, 40, whereas demand is decreasing 40, 30, 20, 10. So both are moving in the opposite direction, then it is known as negative correlation. Now come to the linear correlation. So when change in one variable tends to bear a constant ratio. Here the term constant ratio is taken as a keyword to the amount of change in other variables. So for example, here I have taken one variable is x, other variable is y. So 10, 20, 30, 40. Y is 5, 10, 15, 20. So here the graph of the linear will be a straight line, okay, and it is moving in a constant rate, okay. So 5 is to 1. 5 and 10, 1 is to 2, 1 is to 2, 1 is to 2, 1 is to 2. So 21 is 20, 22 is 40, 15 1 is 15, 15 2 is 30, 10 1 is 10, 10 2 is 20. So in this way we find that 1 is to 2 ratio, the linear equation is present. So here the variables are moving in the constant ratio. Now, non-linear, when change in one variable does not bear a constant ratio, okay, when the two variables are not moving in the same ratio, for example 5, 10, that is the 2 is to 1, or you can say 1 is to 2, but 27 is not in the same ratio, that is the 2 is to 1 or 1 is to 2. So in this situation it is known as non-linear correlation, and in this case our diagram will move not in a constant ratio, but it will move in the variable ratio. So in the next chapter we will discuss about the next topic. I will discuss the degree of correlation, and after that I will start the problem when I will, after the completion of degree of correlation or scattered diagram. Okay, thank you.